Good morning, fellow motorcyclists and motorcycle video watchers. This is Spider Rider here. I just want to talk to you real quick about some random thoughts. Yesterday, I was riding into work and I didn't have my camera, unfortunately. And I came the closest I have ever come to wrecking this motorcycle. I was cruising, lane splitting, just like I'm doing right now, exactly the same. Maybe the cars were going a little bit slower. Like now, probably. And, you know, it happens all the time. I see cars, if you look way ahead in all my videos, you'll see cars just go, you know what? I want that lane right now. And they just shoot over. And statistically speaking, eventually one of them is going to run into me. So I try to be super careful when I'm lane splitting. I keep a sharp eye on all of them. I'm like, oh, well, which lane's going faster? When would I change lanes? When would I cut over? What kind of car is going to cut over? Like, this guy doesn't appear to know what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and cover the brakes. Okay, I made it through alive. So, what happened yesterday was, that happened, only it happened right in front of me. And I got a little bit lucky because the guy noticed that there was a bike coming all but too late. He made it about halfway over, which, in my opinion, what he did was kind of stupid, but luckily I was ready. I wasn't, you know, sometimes in the mornings when I ride into work, I get a little distracted. I'm not exactly thinking about dodging cars and watching exactly what they're going to do, because days like today where everyone's just sitting in their lane pretty much stopped, it's not a big deal. And that's what yesterday pretty much was, just like every day. But you have to be more careful than that, because the one time it happens and you're not paying attention, that's the time you get in a wreck and get messed up. So what happened was, I was cruising just like I am now. Cars are going just a little bit slower. And the guy, like right here, see, that guy might get over. Nope, he's good. The guy basically thought, nope, I want that lane right now. And he was about as far as, wait for this white car, wait for it. He's about there. Not pretty far, like not close enough where I was for sure going to hit him. Obviously, I didn't hit him. I'm still riding, I'm still talking to you. So, but he just decided now is when I go. And he swerves over, it's this big SUV. Swerves over about halfway into the lane. I'm looking at not quite the middle of his bumper, just like on the right side of it. He's coming from the left lane over to the right. And he swerves over, and he's almost halfway between the lanes. And I just like, as soon as I see him start to swerve, I'm like, just go hard on the brakes, lock up the back wheel, I'm skidding, I'm slowing down as fast as I can. And then he just notices that he just cut off a motorcycle really bad, and he cuts back. And I can't tell you what would have happened if he hadn't done that. If he had decided to continue going, I probably would have missed him. I don't know if I could have stopped in time, but if he had gotten all the way over, I might have been able to swing around him to the left. But he cut back, so I turned to the right as best I could. I was skidding. There wasn't really much I could do. I was just hard on the brakes. And then when he started turning at the last second, I let off and made a turn. And it was the sketchiest stuff I've done on this bike so far. I've come pretty close to accidents, but nothing where I was like, man, that was it. That was the accident there. But this definitely was. It was certainly the closest I've come. I didn't even, by the time I let off the brakes and swerved around him, I was probably, can't even measure it because a foot or two from him. And I just missed his bumper. And when I got around him, I could tell he was like, oh shit, I just cut off that bike so bad. I tried to look at who was driving, and I didn't really see him. The windows were kind of tinted, and I was like, my heart was like, boom, 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 boom. Because I was like, ah shit, I'm dead. Maybe not dead. I just would have wrecked the bike, and that would have pissed me off. I would have been going slow by the time I hit him. I mean, I was going slow by the time I passed him and barely missed him. So, I guess lesson learned, but there's no lesson there. I know cars cut like that. It's just a matter of time before one of them cuts into me. And I was hoping it would take a long time before that happened. And it very nearly happened yesterday, and I don't like it. So that kind of makes me wonder. I know a lot of people ride, and I know a lot of people have probably been close to getting in accidents. I mean, that happens, right? Eventually, even in a car, eventually you're probably going to get in an accident. just statistically speaking, there are enough shitty drivers out there that one of them's going to run into you one day. It's not going to be your fault. So I was kind of wondering, what other people, like, how close have you been? I know people have probably been in accidents before. I have never been in an accident on a street bike. I've never been hit by another car, hit another car, or gone down. Gone the street for, like, street reasons. I used to ride dirt bikes, and if you watch my other video about what bikes I've owned, you know that I had an old dirt bike and I've ridden a bit on the dirt. And I've crashed a couple times there, but never on the street, knock on something. On my helmet, maybe. Knock, knock. But I've never been in an accident on the street, and I would like to keep it that way. And I know it's just a matter of time, no matter how defensive you are, no matter how good you are. Eventually you're going to get in a situation where some guy's not looking and he just turns into you. So, yeah, I was kind of wondering, how close does everyone else get? I've talked about this before because I think about it a lot. How can I ride safer? How can I be less likely to get in an accident? Because I don't want to get in an accident. I don't want to wreck my baby. This is my means of transportation. I almost lost my means of transportation yesterday, and that would have sucked. So yeah, if you know, like, how close have you been, and what was it? Was it a car turning in front of you? Was it a car changing lanes and didn't see you? Because that one was, of course, that was lane splitting, which I know a lot of the viewers that I have can't do legally. So what was it that almost caused you to get in an accident, or did cause you to get in an accident, whichever you want to share. So let me know, because I'm curious, like, how does it happen to other people, and what should I be aware of? Because yesterday got me thinking, dang, I need to slow down and focus and pay more attention and just be careful. Even though what I was doing, I do every day, and the only way to avoid that would be to sit in traffic with everyone else, and I'm sure as hell not going to do that. I have insurance on this bike for a reason. If someone crashes into me and I lose the bike, I'm going to get a new one. But obviously I don't want to get in an accident, so yeah, let me know so I know what to keep an eye out for. And you guys be safe out there. And I'm only saying that because I had a rough experience. So yeah, ride safe out there, especially coming into the new season. People aren't used to seeing cars around. People are used to seeing cars, they're not used to seeing bikes. They might not keep an eye out for you. It's spring, you're gonna start riding more. Just be careful, because I don't want to hear about anybody on the pavement. So alright, that's all I got. I'll catch you later, and let me know about your accidents or your almost accidents so I know what to look out for.